I'm not going to forget this time, damn it. If you guys want to be on the podcast or ask questions, first of all, welcome to the Raging Podcast. Yeah, we're about to talk about random stuff. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about corporate America again. But anyway, if you guys want to ask questions or be on the podcast, check the description below. You can tweet us at TJ Rages, or you can hop on the Discord, link in the description as well. You can usually hear the podcast first on the YouTube channel. There's a link down there as well, but you can also listen to it on the go. If you have an Android phone, you can listen to it on Google Play, and if you have an iPhone, you can listen to it on iTunes. Bang, bang! I actually remembered to say it, yes. But anyway, our topic tonight is the positives of working for corporate America. Because it doesn't have to be all bad. Corporate America, it's personally not for us. And before I begin, I almost forgot. Wow, I got that man, Big Blue.
We here slightly, but we always here in the air.
I got that man, Carter.
Yo, what's up? It's been a minute.
Definitely been like 3 minutes, bro. You've been in the shadows.
I mean, come on now. That's where I live.
Resides.
For real. But today's podcast topic, I already said it. I'm getting redundant. Man, I'm actually tired, bro. Not gonna lie. But corporate America is not bad for everybody. Now, the number one reason why I'm currently in there and why a lot of people are in there as well is because, for the most part, it gives you a quote-unquote stable, consistent income. Like, for example, you can work, earn money, and you will get paid weekly or bi-weekly or monthly or however you get paid. But it's consistent. You can rely on it, especially if you have like family members you need to take care of or things of that nature. Or if you're like saving up for something, it doesn't matter if you want to sharpen your career. Having that consistent income is really nice. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of artists have to go through. They don't have that luxury right off the bat. So, yeah, it's not a bad idea to be in it for that at all.
We need that job.
Huh? You kind of cut out, Carter.
Oh, I said we need that job security.
Yes. Job security is also important.
Well, something like job security.
Well, yeah. I mean, it definitely has a sense of security too, because if you work there long enough, there's usually doors that are opened over time that enables you to go to other positions or jobs or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of cool, actually. Because it shows that you're committed to working. I guess another example we used earlier, like way back when, is we kind of treat the job like an actual relationship, and how it can't go. You can't give 50%. If you want it to work out, you each have to give 100%. The job has to give 100%, and the person working at the job has to give 100% for it to work perfectly. But unfortunately, that's not always the case.
It's more so not than it is.
Yeah, man. Definitely, dude. It's kind of one-sided, because unfortunately, being in America is kind of about greed and money, and unfortunately, we're not all treated the same. Reasons you should know by now. Don't even say it, Blue. Don't spoil it.
They need to know.
Nah, they know. If they really want to know why corporate America isn't fair to certain types of people, and I think I gave away a hint just now, then they can go back and listen to the other podcast. Damn it.
But, it's like a playlist. You'll find it.
For real. And also, one more point I want to bring up real fast before I pass it off and ask you guys about your opinions on it. Health insurance. That joint is useful. Like, health insurance, for the most jobs will. Why are there bikes like strolling past my window? Anyway, health insurance. Because you're employed, most likely a full-time salaried employee, even if you're just part-time and just hourly, usually there is a... what was that?
Not for me.
But usually you can get a somewhat of a health insurance package, if you will, that'll cover certain things, you know, dental, medical, vision, things of that nature. So that's really important to have. I know, I actually know some people who they do something else full time, but you know, they can't afford the health insurance on their own, so they'll actually work part time at like a corporation so they can get those benefits, and they work like a certain amount of hours in order to get those. So that's really important as well, especially again if you're like raising a family or trying to take care of somebody. You have access to that as well. So, but Blue, let's pass it off to you, bro. What is a really good thing about corporate America that you really enjoy? I know it's not many, but still.
I was about to say, I could say a lot of things that I don't like.
Well, that was every other podcast, bro.
You're right. All right. So, like you mentioned, it's pretty stable. It's more so consistent than. Hold on, I'm about to burp. You can cut that out.
I got you.
But it's stable. The income is consistent, as opposed to having your own business or doing things on your own, more or less. Because when you work on your own, you got to start from the bottom. And last time I checked, there had like the successful businesses, for the most part, usually don't from the jump just like, you know, making big bucks from the jump. It usually doesn't start right like that. It usually starts with struggle, hardship, and it's always got to be that breaking point where it's just like, man, this shit may not work, and then you just learn from it. I mean, I'm no business owner, so I can't say that for sure, but from what I've seen and from what I'm told, that's usually the case, to where businesses are going to start off where you expect it to be, but keeping at it, then eventually you're going to do better. Now, when you're in corporate world, if you don't have the time to be, you know, plotting, scheming, and hustling, and you know, you need the money right now, corporate's the way to go.
Yes.
It's just point blank period. Corporate is the way to go, because I mean, like I said, you just, well, like you said, you just get the money every 2 weeks. All you have to do is just make sure you do your job, and you do your job decently. As long as you do the bare minimum, they can't fire you.
Yeah, they really can't. And
they're gonna give you a lot of shit. They're gonna expect you to do better, pick up some weight, and that's the one thing. If they find somebody that can do better than you can, I'm pretty sure they still can't fire you, but they'll threaten to fire you.
Yeah, they can they can ease you out rather.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's going on with my company, and that's another podcast, actually, guys, just to kind of segue into it. But, and this happened before at other jobs as well, and I'm pretty sure I was doing a great job. Maybe I wasn't, but who really knows, because they won't actually tell you. But anyway, no, I was definitely put in a position to where I had to like train people to like do my job. And so I'm like, okay, why do you want me to show him what I'm currently doing when I could be currently doing what I'm currently doing? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's like kind of sketchy. And, you know, they're all like, no, this person just needs to know the ropes. And, you know, you're the only one doing what you do. So we need a backup just in case. I'm like, bullshit. So, but no, I since I got to play the game, you know, I'll go on and play with that or train that colleague up. And, you know, while I'm training that colleague, I'm like fearing for my life. I'm like, okay, so is this going to be my replacement? What's going to happen? You know, anything could happen, bro. But yeah, right. I want to just throw that in.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the fearful things when it comes to corporate America. And it's like, okay, not negative. Stay positive. Okay. Positivity. Imagination. Where's my rainbow? Okay.
Not trying hard enough, man.
But yeah, as far as the money goes, go corporate. If you're not worried about the money like right now, then don't go corporate. Focus on what is it you want to focus on. Because I mean, like me and like TJ and like Patrick and like Joey or Black, he like we don't want to stay too confined to what, like, we want to be eventually our own bosses, or at least not be sitting here worrying, you know, am I gonna lose my job, or is the company gonna get bought out, or like, is some stupid shit gonna happen? Is the company gonna move to a different location, or some stupid crap may happen to where you lose your job? We don't want to be in that lifestyle. We don't want to be sitting here working 9 to 5s all the damn time, because it's repetitive and it gets annoying. Again, stability, yes, it's there. But for some people, that's not where you want to be at. It's just not. And we understand that. We could just go dive into what is it we want to do, but
there's a risk.
Yeah, there's shit. Risk is like an understatement. Bro, you fucking gambling with your life with that sucker right there.
Yeah.
Like, it's real stuff trying to start up your own business and whatnot, because it's a lot of faith, it's a lot of numbers, it's a lot of making sure that stuff is all right. It's a lot of making sure that whatever it is that you're doing, that people are actually going to want to pay you to get whatever it is that what you're trying to give to them, what you're trying to sell them. And that takes a lot of time. Now, if you have backup, like, certain races that tend to usually have a lot of money left over from the parents or the grandparents, but I'm not going to, sit here and talk about other people, then yeah, it's just going to be easy for you, because all you have to do is just do whatever the hell you want, because you set with whatever money you were given from whoever. But in cases like us, where I got out of school and I started off broke, like, I can't be sitting here broke, because for the first couple months, I didn't know what I was eating every day, even though I was living with my mother. I mean, she barely buys food, because whatever financial situation she's in, I know what the hell I was gonna eat. I was sitting here eating peanut butter again. I found myself eating peanut butter again, and I was like, this is not working out. I need to do something now. I already have my dream to be a consultant, but there's a lot that I need to learn. Same thing, but like with any business owner, there's a lot that you need to learn when you're starting off your business. And based on how big your business is, shows how much you've learned. Based how much you make when on your business, when you clearly make a lot of money, that shows how much you've learned, shows how much your product is worth, and all that good stuff. And that takes time. For me to be a consultant that I want to be, I don't know absolutely jack shit about IT, and I never will. But as years go by, I will learn more and more, to the point where I can do my own consulting thing, go to different companies and help them out with whatever it is that they need. And then they pay me $60K to stay there for like 1 month or some shit like that. That's where I plan on being. But as of right now, I don't know absolutely jack. And I got bills to pay, so I ain't got time to be sitting here studying 24/7, because I gotta make some money. Because the bills that I have ain't gonna get paid. I'm gonna be starving as hell, and like, I have other stuff that I need to attend to right now. So yeah, it's a long-term goal, but right now, if I don't do what I need to right now, then that long-term goal isn't even gonna be an option. So what better way to do it than just, suck it up, kiss some ass, and then go corporate for a little bit? I mean, it ain't a thing but a chicken wing.
I will add on to your topic as well, Blue. That's the cool thing about corporate America as well, is that's obviously what we're currently doing at the moment. Just so we can, well, long story short, everyone knows it takes money to make money, and with this corporate America job, it can definitely help out with that as well, to kind of build up your empire in order for you to start being your own independent person or company. And so that's another positive about corporate America as well, because You can go on and save that cash. Don't go to the club every week and build up your own empire, bro. So you can be happy for the rest of your life. You know, eventually you can create a life to where you don't need to take a vacation because you just enjoy the type of work that you do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's the point I want to get to personally. Some people are fine working for corporate America. No, I'm not taking any shots towards those types of people. Do you, boo boo? That's cool. But definitely, like, I'm this, and I joke with I don't really joke with my colleagues, but they think I'm joking. You know, I tell them, hey man, like, I'm just here for the gas money, the food, and the rent. Like, and then, you know, we laugh at it, you know, they're like, okay man, yeah. But nah, like, inside I'm dead serious. Like, that's all it is. It's a placeholder for me, and I'm not like ashamed or, you know, scared to say that. Like, this is a placeholder right now until I can better myself, and well, hopefully I can help better myself so I can help better, you know, my squad right here. So eventually we want to be able to do what we do. So
exactly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man.
definitely, it definitely holds the benefit to reaching a goal. Now, granted, there is some backlash that can come with that. I will say, oh my gosh, like I've been saying in the past podcast before, I still ain't got my damn certification yet. Because I keep putting that shit off.
Same.
I've had freaking 4 more hours left in this damn class, and I still, like, I'm literally just got the video in front of me right now, and as soon as we're done with this podcast, I'm just gonna knock this shit out so that, you know, I can just be done with it. But like, just when you have a goal, that's another thing I want to say. When you have that goal set and you're gonna start off going that corporate America route like I am, just make sure you remember where your priorities are, the steps that you need to get to, and get there. And I'm pretty sure that was another podcast that was, damn, you're right, we did cover a lot of shit in the other podcast. But yeah, it can be very distracting. You can become very complacent with where you're at, and sometimes there's nothing wrong with that. Like, honestly, the past 2 jobs that I had interviews with, the way that they do things, the way that they operate, the way that they have the environment, and the work that they do, I wouldn't mind, you know, working there, making that job like my career job, if that's the term I want to make. Because I mean, it's just stuff that I like to do: troubleshoot, technical work, hardware work, networking, all of that good jazz. And then the people that I work with, great people, willing to learn. I mean, willing to teach, also willing to learn, and all that good stuff. So I definitely would not mind staying in that type of environment, stay in that workplace. Would it suck working from 9 to 5? Yeah. But I mean, it's one of those things where, like, when it comes to me, as long as I'm around people that I can actually talk to and not be upset with, that you're within my presence or with that you're within my view, I'm absolutely fine. I could work all day and be all right, because at the end of the day, I'm getting a check just like everybody else for the work that I'm doing. And that's a good thing about well, at least in my field, I've noticed that a lot of the jobs that I've applied to and had interviews with and stuff like that, they don't seem like the typical corporate America jobs that I've either seen on TV or have heard from friends like you guys. But it's I don't know if they just trying to, you know, finesse my ass and like feed me a whole bunch of bullshit. Then when I actually start the job, then it's crazy. But for the most part, like when I actually go there, everybody legit looks happy. And probably that may just be only for the IT field. I don't know. But it's definitely giving me that feeling like I'm all right with being here for a while. I mean, I still have my goals, but if I get here, it's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing. And again, that could be for some people, and that may not be for other people. I know that for Joey, he'd probably flip his shit just thinking about that. I mean, that's him, but his profession is completely different from mine. So I don't know. I think it's a lot easier for people in the IT field to be all right with whatever position that they're at, depending on who they're working with and what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one completely. Especially when it comes to IT and medical, like you can't go wrong because number one, you're always going to have a position. There's always going to be jobs available, and people need technology in medical. You know what? Even food and restaurants and stuff like that. Let me throw that into the mix as a little curveball, like because people are going to need those types of people, and whether you're in corporate America or doing your own thing with it. I feel like it's gonna be profitable either way. I just feel like you're pretty much gonna be better off, no matter which route you take. And I know we definitely said this on another podcast how it's not a bad thing to be like Tony Stark. It's not a bad thing to do literally everything, especially while you're building yourself up. And I'm not gonna lie, like even if I do get to the point to where I can run a profitable business and a successful business, I'll probably still stick with corporate America just for its perks and whatnot. Because I throw you another example. We actually have a VP at my company. He used to be a contractor, and then he got hired on to our current company. This guy is living the life. I'm not gonna flex on everybody too much because I don't want to get upset myself personally. But let's just say he is very, very, very well off, and whatever he wants, he gets it. And this is not even if he leaves this job right now at this corporate job, he'll be perfectly fine. That's all I'm saying. But so what I'm saying is it's not a bad idea to, while you're building up your empire, to work for corporate America as well. I actually know a couple of people who do that. I know a guy, he was hired on last year actually, and he's responsible for our Cisco voicemail systems. And but without getting too detailed on it, he provided us with the voicemail systems while being a director of some sort for our IT group. So you can do both. Like it's definitely possible. So don't get it twisted, definitely. But yeah, let me I want to go on and pass it off to Mr. Carter. I want to ask you, since it's been a while since you've been on the podcast, what is your enjoyable or favorite part of corporate America?
I guess I would have to say my favorite part of corporate America, if I had to choose, would be specifically in my field, in the hospitality industry, since it's such a vast industry, yet it's also a tight-knit industry, so everybody knows everybody. So there is always a high chance you can meet your next employer at your current job. Yes. If your name is out there. Like a few examples is like I hear from my hospitality professors all the time is it's like, oh, I worked with this guy 10 years ago. Now he works in this hotel in this other country, and I can send my students go to internship for them. It's like, but you met him 10 years ago, and y'all still cool like that? It's like,
hey, I met y'all 10 years ago. I'm still cool with y'all.
I mean, yeah, but like, it's not like but we kind of like grew up together. I'm talking about like, we were coworkers. I'm saying like we were coworkers 10 years ago, but we really didn't talk much or say much or do anything together.
True.
We just kind of saw each other like every other day, and now you telling me I can send people to you? It's like, so that's the kind of thing that's my favorite part is like specifically in my industry. I don't know if it's the same in other industries, but mine specifically in hospitality, like I know if I can get set with one person who's well known, I could be set for the rest of my life.
No, yeah, you're
just going from person to person.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Like those connections are important, and I completely forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up, Carter.
But yeah, it's like the networking is so real in the hospitality industry. Like, it's literally like that's really the only way to make it, unless you are a prodigy starting from like the like the very most bottom and work and grind your way to the top. But other than that, it's like you have to have people get you there, like as stepping stones. And that's what I'm trying to do. Like I'm trying to build up my network as much as possible since I'm through school, since I've been here for so long. So when I finally get out into the world, I can go back to my professors, my hospitality professors, my culinary instructors, family, people I've met, swapped business cards with, or gotten business card from. That I got the numbers. It's like so when I finally get my name out there, they're gonna say, like, "Oh yeah, I remember this guy," and then I can just like, "Hey, you need a executive chef, you need someone that could run the food beverage operations in your hotel or anywhere." It's like I'm your guy. I know how to do it all. I've been doing this for years, or at least I've been learning it for years. And then when I finally start to get doing it, then I'll be doing it for years. And and even so, even at my current job at McDonald's, I'm real cool with all of the at least my district manager. So I can just go at a drop of a hat. I can go in any other restaurant or McDonald's I want. I'm just trying to get out of McDonald's. I know I have the option to go if I press hard enough.
Yeah, man, that's
because that's definitely a plus to working for corporate America. Like if you meet the right people, they'll take care of you for life.
Yes, 100%, man. I also met a lot of genuine people throughout my corporate America life, and I still talk to them, man. It's important to keep healthy relationships no matter what. Not to say that you should use people per se, but you should definitely work with them. You know what I'm saying? You just want to be polite to a lot of people because you'll never know what might happen. That person might come back to you and say, "Hey, you trying to help a brother out, get some cash?" So you'll never know. Like always, and that might be another podcast about just on how to treat people and how to network successfully, and which should be human nature by now. But you know how that goes. But anyway, yeah, definitely, dude. Like those connections are important, dude. We got someone who snuck in.
What up, though?
We got that man.
Slide.
He slide.
Well, you came at a perfect spot actually, because now Jones can segue to you.
Yeah, man. Let's go and put you on the spot, Mr. J. Mr. J's in the house, everybody.
What's up, everybody? Wait, what am I being put on the spot for? Do I get a cookie?
Maybe.
You get the better people's lives.
So,
all right, what you got?
Pretty much our podcast topic is, what is your preferred / favorite / enjoyable part about corporate America? Bang bang.
Oh, interesting.
Take your time.
Shots fired left and right.
And you can think about it. We'll come back to you. But I just want to finish up. But yeah, no, that might be another podcast or another topic in general. People need to learn how to work and talk to other people, especially respectfully, because you'll never know who you might run into later in life that could really help you out. So even us right here in this podcast, we and that's like definitely a meme slash quote. Just keep your circle small, and don't try to be all popular. Don't try to meet every single body. Always spread forth the effort. But don't try to become like that cool kid in school to be popular and just know everybody, because some people are snakes, unfortunately. But that's all you have to do is
with some fuckboys.
Yeah, man. All you have to do is keep a few really good friends in the back pocket, and you'll be fine for the rest of your life, bro. Because they'll be with you every step of the way.
Unless you're Joey, who it just happened to him naturally.
Yeah. Well,
why was it naturally?
That we even with our small group of friends, you were just that guy in school that everyone knew.
Yeah, even Blanca even texted me yesterday, and she was like, "Hey, so this some girl, Nikki something." She was like, "Hey, this girl named Nikki something says she went to Centennial. She knows you." And I was like, "Who?" Well, I looked her up, and I was like, "Oh, she looks vaguely familiar."
Dude, no, I'm right there with you, man. I definitely don't remember anybody from that school, bro. I had to literally shift delete those people out of my life.
Oh man, but okay. I think I had some time. I think I got an answer. So I guess in my opinion, the biggest benefit of corporate America would definitely be the exposure that it gets you to certain types of information. I mean, because socializing is cool, but I mean, everybody on this podcast, myself included, are pretty young, and corporate America is kind of a mixed bag of ages. So there's no real guarantee that you're going to have like a, hey, I got a job and all my friends go out drinking every like day and we just hang. Like, there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. But I think if you keep your eyes open and you pay attention, you'll be exposed to a lot more of the world at your corporate job than you would like working from home or like just working around people your age. I mean, because one of the things that corporate America does have going for it, outside of all the many flaws it has, is that it does bring a lot of different kinds of people together. And if you're willing to open up and socialize, you can actually end up like slick learning a lot about just stuff. I mean, there was one lady at my old job whose husband was like in the NFL. I don't recall which team, but she would have to travel every once in a while. But because she had to travel so much, she had a lot of stories about places. And she was like, "Yeah, you know, if you're going to Tennessee, you should definitely check out this spot. Every time he's like at camp there, you know, we always go to this place and we check this place out." And I'm like, "Oh, you know, that's what's up." I'm grabbing information. Just because you're like basically people live life that you don't, and if you keep your mind open to their experiences, you can actually like absorb a lot of that passive information. And I guess the other benefit is also having a steady paycheck. I mean, but as much as I am aiming toward being an entrepreneur, there's really nothing like knowing that you're gonna get that check at the end of the week or at the end of every 2 weeks.
Yeah, definitely, dude. We talked about that was actually one of our points earlier. The consistent pay is really nice, especially if you have like a family to take care of. That you will always get that stable income, and you have that job security. And we also brought up health insurance, so that's really good.
Yeah, man.
Yo, speaking of health insurance, there's one thing I gotta say.
You gotta say.
Go ahead. I mean, I know yours is probably negative. Mine is actually positive.
I mean, you mean non-existent.
Well, I mean, you know,
I need that exemption form to give me that code like yesterday, so I can file my taxes.
Sheesh, good grief. But like if you're the type of person that like gets sick a lot, or just have sick children, or a sick spouse, or a sick parent, or some shit like that, work at a government job.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
benefits are stupid there.
Like the insurance my father has right now, I don't pay for shit. And I'm gonna cry when I can't be on it anymore.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Although
be just
the
like
current
me.
president has put a freeze on hiring for government jobs, so
Damn. Alright, never mind. Don't go for a government job. Y'all gonna be waiting for me.
I mean, it can only. I think it can only be in place for so long. But there's definitely currently a freeze on all government hiring because we gotta save money. Because tax in Atlanta are horrible.
Save money, kill the world.
Save money, live better, Geico.
But kill the world in the process.
You know, every cartoon villain has a silly plan.
I met a guy earlier in life. I forgot what his dad did, but it was like so government-ish. Like back surgery would cost literally like $100. It was like stupid, insane benefits, bro. They had the best breaks like ever. Like I'm not even lying. Like surgery was literally just a few $100s. It was stupid, bro.
To get my wisdom teeth pulled out, $200.
Dang.
Or I'm sorry, $288.
So you basically have to walk in and high five them and be like, "Hey, hey, what's up, bro? I need you to get these teeth done real quick." And they were like, "Bro, I got you. You got the government insurance? I got you."
Like doctor's visits, don't pay for jack.
That must be nice. I got co-pays for days.
I can't even walk into a hospital anymore. What are you talking about?
They set up an alarm as soon as you step foot inside.
Pretty much.
Get him out of here.
It's him again. Here he is trying to get healthy again. You know the drill.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. I mean, that's just from my father's job, because he works with New Jersey Transit, working at the what do you call that? The the train warehouse, more or less. And like
Depot?
apparently Blue Cross Blue Shield in New Jersey is different from Blue Cross Blue Shield, or probably the package that he has or was given from his job is a whole lot different. Because apparently over here you can only get so much, but his we don't pay for jack. I need to abuse that crap. Like I need to go to doctor every week. Go to dentist and get my teeth cleaned every week.
Oh man.
Hey, you might screw around and be too healthy. You're gonna be living till 150 years old, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Speaking of which, I do need like a physical, man. I was listening to Miss Black the other day, Joey, and I think I need to go on and get one. I mean, it's been too long, so I think every 4 to 5 years I should go on and get one in.
Yeah, I mean it's.
No,
I
it's
mean,
like every year.
It's supposed to be every year. But ain't nobody got time/insurance for that, so
You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree. I mean, even now, like I'm having some like arm pain. I'm assuming from typing all day and whatnot. And I'm like, I
Getting
guess that would be a good time to be willing to go to a doctor. But yeah. And I don't think it's carpal tunnel because it's not on like the bottom of my wrist. It's like literally on my arm where my triceps are. So I think it's actually because like my arms rest on this desk for so long that it's probably just maybe lightly bruised or something. Either way, having health insurance is definitely what's up. It isn't fun to I guess a quick pro tip: if you're gonna start a job, sign up for the insurance immediately because if you sign up for it partway through and you see how much it affects your check, it's gonna break your heart.
That's true.
It's going to break your heart 100%. Like when I signed up for health insurance at my last job, I was losing $200 per check, and I was questioning whether or not I really needed to be healthy, or but
200. I don't know how I feel about that. That's a lot.
It is
well, no, I'm sorry. It was 100 per check, 200 per month. That's what it was. Yeah.
Still a lot.
It's
still a lot. For sure.
That's slightly better than 200. I guess it still hurts my heart a little bit, but I mean,
for sure. It ain't no fun. No fun at all. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely benefits to having that corporate job. You just gotta. I think the commanding or like defining feature of having a corporate job is knowing whether or not it's an office environment you can stay in for a long time, because that's basically what they're asking of you. Like, I mean, whether they want to admit it or not, most jobs don't want people to just be in and out the door. So I think it's something else that you learn from. I think that actually, I don't know, I may want to change my answer. I think that may be the most valuable thing you actually learn. You learn what you can and cannot tolerate, because you'll learn real quick who you hate working with when you see them 8 hours a day. Like,
oh yes.
Like there are some people that I just don't work. There are some kinds of people that I just don't work well with, and I wouldn't have learned that had I not worked at a corporate job and have been working in corporate America, where I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just avoid people like you from now on. Like, yeah, like if you're working an hourly job, you can just ask for a schedule change, or
that's true.
Any number of things. But that corporate job, nah, they're gonna be sitting right next to you every single day. You're gonna see them more than your kids. Like,
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
I mean, it still has its benefits, though. Like, I recommend it. I think everybody in our generation should have at least one corporate job. I think we're slowly moving away from like typical corporate jobs. Hopefully, we are. But I think everybody should experience something similar to it at least once, because it's definitely nothing like it. That's for sure.
Yeah. One thing I do want to say though about I was thinking about what this wasn't what I was going to say, but just think about what you were saying, Black, about dealing with people that you don't like for 8 hours a day. I was thinking of Dinosaur Office. Hey Greco, you have problems with your CPU.
Oh man.
Oh, goodness. You gotta link that so they can know what we're talking about.
Oh, good
Yeah, Blue, why don't you go on and link it so I can link it to the people if you
grief.
want,
Hell yeah.
or someone can. It don't matter.
But well, what I was gonna say was, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, yes. One thing that I do notice that jobs are moving towards, and again, I see this in a lot of IT jobs, and I think, if I recall, it was something that I was told in class, and how uh, certain companies they really value their IT departments, just because without them, more than likely the company is going to crash.
Mm.
So, with that being said, they really, like, I'm seeing a lot of companies actually push showing that value in their IT departments or their IT employees by providing, entertainment type things, making sure that they're fully entertained while they're at work, so it's not like you're just working and you don't want to be at work, but do things to keep them entertained, give them like special perks or benefits and whatnot, like the last job that I applied to that I almost got. They were talking about how they got like their own VIP spot in what were they, the Skybox in the Phillips Arena, some shit like that. And
For the
they
IT
got
guys, just for them.
right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well,
for
I
the
mean,
company.
I think a lot of companies have like employee incentives.
Okay. Yeah. So
I wouldn't be
yeah, they're
surprised if
definitely
IT
moving.
guys got all the like good perks though. Like, I mean, technically, since I do technical writing, I like work in parallel with IT people, so I like catch their benefits on the sly without having to do all of their work. But no, like they definitely do have like those corporate benefits where it's like, hey, so we're working with, I don't know, whatever internet service that need to be set up at the Phillips Arena, and they gave us 3,000 free tickets to every Hawks game ever. Who wants them? You can just be like, yeah, I do. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
stuff like that only really happens at a corporate job, or if you're running your own business and you start working with a sponsor, et cetera, et cetera. But it's much easier to just get a job and let the benefits fall in your lap.
Yeah, pretty much. Like this job that I'm at now, like they got their own game room with Xboxes and VRs, and then they had, like, the day that I went in for the interview, they were saying, "Yeah, we're having a game night tonight, here in the office, and whatnot." And then a lot of them do like outings and events, like go hikings, and like just do like a whole bunch of stuff for their employees, just so that they're not having that old fashioned work environment where you literally just go to work and go home. And I've like all the jobs that I have interviews with, have not they have yet to give me that feeling of this is just a go work and go home job. And I mean, I've seen that companies are moving towards that direction. It's probably to, I don't know, appease the X Gen and the millennials, probably more so the millennials. But they're definitely taking that move into showing values to the employees, so that in turn they keep their employees. Which, I mean, it's the best thing you can do if you want to keep somebody at where they're working. You can do stuff for them.
And in that case, I don't think it's just geared towards millennials. I think it's literally everybody, because it gives everybody the chance to experience different things as well. Like, for example, before my company went to shit, we used to go to Topgolf, bro, and like that was enough to push us to try new things, because I don't play golf. I've never picked up a club in a very long time until we went to Topgolf. And if you guys don't know what that is, I'll link that in the video version of this as well.
Shout out to Top Golf. We want their sponsor money.
Might as well throw Tim's in there too.
Yeah.
Play golf in Tim's blue.
Bruh, that's a picture right there, man.
But yeah, man, no, like certain companies, man, as long as you can keep it somewhat fun, and that's what I kind of wanted to segue into. If you can kind of keep it fun and balanced, I think people will definitely have a better time working for you at corporate America. But the other topic I wanted to segue into was work-life balance, and that's what I also enjoy about corporate America. Well, the right corporate American job per se, because not every corporation or location does that. Only certain places do. So I just feel like, especially, I mean, it goes without saying, Google probably has the best work-life balance ever.
I
You
wouldn't
know,
doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, just from the stuff I've seen, I saw it.
slides.
Well, I mean, no, like I saw like a virtual tour on YouTube, and like they walked in. They're like, yeah, so here's the lobby entrance. Over there we have like some department that worked on like Play Store stuff, and then like he pointed down the hall. He was like, and down there is where we do other kinds of development, and over there is the playpen. And the guy stopped. He was like, playpen. He was like, yeah, it's just like a giant ball pit. People just jump in there every now and then, just burn off some stress, whatever. He just kept walking, and he was like, "What do you mean, whatever? Like it's you don't just ignore that. Like, no, talk about the playpen. Like, what do you mean?" And like just all throughout, like I mean, obviously Google is a giant conglomerate that does tons of work, but I think because I think they're an example of a company that understands that if you're going to have somebody at your offices, well, especially Google, because I imagine that in addition to Google having all this awesome stuff, you also don't get the benefit of like a set 9 to 5 schedule. Like there are going to be plenty of days where you're just at work because something's going on. Like maybe there are too many 13-year-olds Googling what sex is, and you need to change the algorithms so it redirects them to whatever. I don't know. But I mean, I think in compensation for the fact that, yes, we're going to be asking more than the average of you, we're giving you more than the average. And I think that's where a lot of older mentality companies kind of fall apart, where in terms of the work-life balance that you're talking about, TJ, where it's like, because I don't think a lot of people, despite a lot of older people's perception of like the millennial generation, I actually don't think a lot of us have a problem having a job and occasionally having to work late. It's that if we're working late, and we're putting in all this work and we're doing whatever it is that we're trying to do to help the company move forward, and the most that we get is like, well, that's what you're supposed to do, keep up, like keep working. It's not that I don't think that we're spoiled in that regard. I mean, because I kind of see it as like a relationship kind of situation where like if you're dating some guy or some girl and you're constantly going all the way out of your way for them, constantly, like you're driving like 5 states over to get something that they want to eat, and then driving back, and they're like, oh, well, that's just what boyfriends/girlfriends do. Whatever. Like, you're going to get sick of that shit.
Well, no, or even better yet, like when it comes to relationships, especially when you really, really deeply care about somebody, I think it's important to keep it fresh and mix it up a bit. You know, add on to that norm, you know what I'm saying? Every once in a while, surprise him or her with like a gold statue or something like that, you know?
Or just go skydiving.
Or go skydiving, yeah, dude.
You'll always mix it up with skydiving. Will we make it back alive? Tune in next time to find out. But yeah, like, and I think that's another. I mean, because a lot of corporate work by its nature is kind of going to be monotonous, like, especially if it's just keeping the business running. But there's nothing wrong with just kind of keeping things fresh. I mean, at my old job, we like as a department came together and we were like, hey, we should just hang out outside of work just for the sake of hanging out outside of work. So we all went bowling, and it was a lot of fun, actually. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of, I mean, it wasn't like the most fun I've ever had bowling, but it was entertaining enough that it gave us something to talk about and something to look forward to if we ever wanted to do it again. But then I hear about companies that are just like, yeah, I don't talk to my coworkers. I just sit around these people all day and I type on my computer, and like the dull pallid glow of my computer screen saps my soul slowly. I'm just like, maybe you need to find a new job, because it sounds like you're like a hop, step, and a jump away from being depressed, and that's no good. Like you gotta be able to find that balance, and you also need to figure out your commute. Like, pro tip to everybody: you can use Google to calculate commute times. So calculate your commute times, because you don't want to find yourself living in your car trying to get to and from work. Also, if you're in the city of Atlanta, all traffic sucks. You know this to be true.
Yeah, if you can ride your bike to work and they got showers, do it.
Man, forget showers. If you ride your bike to work and you got some body spray and a wet towel, do it. Like, if you could just ride your bike and avoid traffic, because traffic is so stupid, honestly. It's one person moves slow that affects 3,000 other people for 4 hours. Like, it's so stupid.
West Side, hey,
that one person mainly being cops.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, we're scared. We must slow down, and then
Or there'll
there's the
be,
backup.
or like even if you're going down Georgia 400, TJ, I'm sure you've experienced this a few times. Like if you're heading up or down towards Holcomb Bridge, like where the highway like goes up that slight hill, and everybody jams on brakes because oh my god, there's a dragon on the other side of the hill, and we can't drive fast because he'll eat us. And then we get over the hill and there's literally nothing there because there's nothing ever there. But it causes like an hour of traffic.
Speaking of Holcomb Bridge, man, just the main road of Holcomb Bridge itself, it's always rush hour on that street,
thing
bro.
is always,
Yeah.
that
I mean,
street is
stupid.
always dumb.
Yeah, I mean, the Holcomb Bridge makes a little more sense to me though, because they have like 2 schools, like 48 businesses off of like a 2-lane road. So
Yeah,
I can kind of get it, but like when you're on a 4-lane highway and everybody slows down because there's a hill.
Yeah.
I'm not saying go over the hill at like 90 miles an hour, but don't jam on brakes either. Like,
Yeah.
it would piss me off every day because I would get to Holcomb Bridge, traffic would come to a stop. I'd get over the hill, and then looking forward, there's barely any cars. I'm just like, so people were legit just slowing down just because it was a hill.
Yeah, dude. There are 2 points I want to bring up to that as well, especially when you're coming from the north. Yeah, for example, like you're coming from the north. When you get to Holcomb Bridge, it does actually go into like 3 lanes because they got this stupid ass merging sequence.
Yes,
You know what I'm
it
talking about?
does.
It's
Yeah,
so
it
dumb.
does.
So it's 4 lanes. Well, technically 5 because a lot of people don't know between the hours of 4 and 7 Monday through Friday that the shoulder lane is open for everybody to use. People don't read signs, but anyway, it's at minimum. It's at 4 lanes.
It's also
then
open in the morning, people.
yeah, in the morning too, and
Not.
and it shrinks down to 3 because like one of the lane turns into an exit lane, which is Holcomb Bridge, and then it opens back up to 4 lanes, and then you still have the option to jump in that 5th lane if you need to. I don't understand that shit, bro.
that's how you really
I
feel.
mean, like you said, people don't read. People will just be like, I mean, because there are plenty of mornings where I'll pull off into that lane and I'll start accelerating, and I remember one day I was just sitting in traffic. I was in like the center lane, and like I slowly made my way over to the far shoulder lane. I just started driving in it, and I went from doing like 0 miles an hour to like 30 consistently in like a light flow of traffic. And I was just passing all these people who, I don't know if they were just looking out their cars mystified at the fact that we were driving in an open lane. I don't know. But I was just like, why aren't more people using, I mean, I'm not mad because I'm not in traffic anymore, but I don't understand why y'all are just sitting here like, well, I hope this traffic clears up. 'Cause I gotta get to work. Like, no, do something about it. Stop if you are in traffic, you are the cause of traffic, no matter who
Yeah.
you are.
That's like
Like-
my
Universal.
not to be like a bona fide lawbreaker, but the way I see it, and I'm sure the way a lot of us see it on this podcast, is the less time you spend in traffic, the better. The less time you have to deal with it. So when it comes to driving just a little bit over the speed limit just to get to your destination, I think you're helping a lot. Just saying.
They won't stop you if it's only 5 miles above, or 10,
Shoot.
or 20.
And for,
I mean-
for those of y'all who didn't know, the HOA lane, or sorry, the HOV lane in Georgia is the far right lane. Just FYI.
Yeah,
It's got diamonds.
sparkly with diamonds. There's also like the Peach Pass lanes, which get the stupid expensive if it's heavy traffic. But if getting to work on time is that important to you and or your job, you can drop that however many dollars a day, hit up the express lane and use it. Because, like, I mean, like TJ said, I'm personally an advocate for we need to, like, in my perfect world, we'd separate the highway by speed limit lanes. So like the far left or right lane, whichever one was farthest away from an exit, would be the fastest lane. It'd basically be like a mini Autobahn. Every man for themselves, put your foot down and go. And then as you get closer to the left or right, it slows down and just stay out of people's way. Like because think about it, like if you're sitting in traffic and you know that you're not going to get off the highway for like 6 exits, you don't need to be in the far right lane because your exit's not coming up for like 6 exits. So you could be all the way over to the left doing 80 while all these people are struggling to get off on this 2-lane exit, and everybody will be happy. That's just me, though.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they'll never do it because they make too much. I don't even know if they make money. I honestly think that people who design highways just like to see people miserable.
It makes too much sense, bro. We can't be having that common sense up in here, man. That's unacceptable.
Yeah, like I sincerely think that people who design Georgia highways are actually sadists who enjoy misery because a lot of them don't make sense.
I don't know. When they had to repair highways, then it's a whole.
I mean,
nother
but even now,
beast.
there's like they just like approved funding for like add on to Georgia 400 where it meets 285, where they'll basically make it Spaghetti Junction Part 2, and that's going to take like a freaking billion years to finish.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be
That's gonna
excited
be
about it
dumb.
if they ever finish construction quickly, but they don't. Like they've been doing construction on a pothole in Statesboro for 8 years. Like, they just shut down the road and like drop a pebble in and go home. It's insanity. I don't know, and it's gonna mess everything up because I was watching I saw on the news yesterday, or the day before, whenever. Like, they'll have to shut down one lane so that they can have all their equipment there and do work. And I'm like, you're literally just gonna make it worse for everybody. There's gonna be an increase in homicides because people are just going to start killing people. Like, they're just gonna get out the car with the bat and just start swinging. Like, oh my gosh.
World War Z.
Yeah, like we need to invent flying cars like post haste.
I mean, they exist. They're just no one's sharing.
We need to go get some flying cars because my next job is in the heart of downtown, and I'm a be okay, but I'm gonna be unhappy. Like all the way up once I leave Holcomb Bridge and once I get to Holcomb Bridge. Those are my 2 points for happiness. Up until then, it's gonna be nothing but traffic and misery.
Good luck with that. You're welcome to, if you ever need a halfway point, you can stop by if needed, get some food replenished, and get back out.
Stop through in the morning like I'm just here for a granola bar. I may not make it otherwise. Oh man.
But yeah, man, let's go on and wrap this up because I know we got some things to do.
I don't know what you're talking
Well, it must be nice.
I mean, you can do push-ups, Patrick. You can always
Could,
do push-ups.
but they won't.
Anyway,
Yep, you can do push-ups.
I can do push-ups, and then what? More push-ups? I
Yep.
can't do push-ups. I can't do exercises for the rest of the night.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, I could.
Until exhaustion.
But
You got it.
anyway, I'm wrapping it up. Do we have any final words before we officially wrap it up from anybody? If
I just want to say.
what you want to say, bro?
Hey man, just make sure like enjoy the people that you are. Like if you're working in a cool environment, enjoy that work. Like honestly, like Black was saying, with millennials, like if you show us the work that we're doing and actually work with people, or not work, show us, but reward us for the extra work that we're doing, and show value in your employees, then we're more reluctant to stay. Honestly, that's just point blank period. We don't
us
mind doing hard work. It's just that once we feel like we're not getting return from the work that we're doing, then it's like, all right, well then I'll just go elsewhere, where my work could be found and my potential could be found more or less. And as far as working with people, like it's always best to work with people that you can actually, talk to. Like Black was saying, and like I was saying earlier, like you working with people that you don't like, or people that you just don't conversate with, work is going to be a lot harder, and it's going to be stupid hard. It's going to make things really depressing. Like me working at home, yeah, it's great, but the only people I talk to is my customers, and like 90% of them are yelling at me for whatever reason. And, like my
Why can't I
coworker,
see my TV?
exactly. And like my coworkers, I talk to them through a chat, and sometimes when I say things, they don't tell me or they don't reply. And sometimes when I ask a question, because I'm supposed to have floor support that support me anytime I have a question, they're supposed to answer, and they don't answer me. I don't know if it's because I'm Black. I don't know how they know that I'm Black, that they just don't want to answer me or what. But it tends to be really frustrating, and like I honestly miss working in an environment where I can actually socialize with other people and see other people instead of just looking at my computer screen.
You should recommend to your job. It's like we should start doing video chats.
I do not want to see the people houses.
No, not for the customers, for your coworkers.
Oh no, for my coworkers, yes, I do not want to see how messy their houses is, and I want to see how shitty they look. If you're gonna get all dolled up and shit. Some of the females are gonna be getting all dolled up for work and whatnot for the video chat and all that good crap, and I'm just gonna sit here with my nappy ass head and my glasses tilted because my freaking headphones are hurting my ears. With my glasses behind my ears, and like it just, I don't know. And something else that I just remembered, and I forgot.
Sweet. Just a little recap, everybody. You can follow the podcast. You can link it. You can watch it first, usually on the YouTube channel. If you want to watch it on the go, Google Play for Android phones, iTunes for iPhones. And for whatever reason, if you want to use it on Stitcher Radio, we have that. Everything is in the link below or on the side or wherever the description box is. But yeah, just a quick recap. We were just talking about the positives of working in corporate America, insurance, and pretty much how to talk to people and whatnot. Definitely, you can make it fun, and it's important to interact with people no matter what. So, but anyway, and we talked about Georgia traffic and how it sucks a little bit as well. So anyway,
worst traffic in the country.
Real, like it's actually really bad. But anyway, we're gonna go on and wrap up here. We'll see everybody next time. We ain't complaining.
Just
It
saying.
was actually a very positive podcast. So
Yeah. It was actually really good.
One we didn't complain in.
Like, we're actually not complaining. Cool.
Look at that, dropping truth bombs.
Should do this more often.
Yeah, man.
Oh no. I got a lot of shit. That's why I was saying.